It's been my experience, Lieutenant. Heavy shit is highly overrated. Hello, Sid.
Hello, Cass.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome, viewers at home. Welcome to the Battle Los Angeles stream, as presented by the Bad Game Hall of Fame. This is, let's just be honest here, let's be real, something thrown together. Threw this one together a little last minute due to circumstances that have been affecting the schedule this week, but this is one that I've been saving for such an occasion. One that you can pull out anytime, really.
This is a present from me to you.
Let's start reading. Thank you, Soul Stuff, for resubscribing. Read Saber Interactive. This shall be good. They have been in the news recently, haven't they? Wait, no, I'm sorry. This isn't Saber Interactive. This is Live Action Studios. You ever heard of Live Action Studios?
I mean, as a concept.
Well, this was a sub-label that Saber Interactive established for the purpose of making this game to be published by Konami, which is a really strange bit of publishing there. This is from, like, I guess some brief era where Konami was just like, yeah, we'll do movie license games. This is a movie license game, by the way. Do you remember the movie Battle Los Angeles, starring Aaron Eckhart?
You know, there's two things I can say about this movie. One, I recall that it turned me off of accurate military dialogue in media forever. Like, I wasn't a fan of it before, but then I saw this movie and I'm like, this is like anti-characterization. It takes time out of the movie for people to say stuff that makes you know nothing about them.
It's honestly kind of incredible.
And the second thing about it is, I was at home when I saw it, and I cannot remember whether we rented it from Redbox for $1 or I saw it on cable TV with commercials, because emotionally the experience was not affected at all by the potential of there being commercials in the middle of it.
Squarely occupies that range, to be sure. Video Game King says, are you kidding? Licensed games in American cinema are Konami's bread and butter. This project was made for them. Am I not remembering Konami movie license games? Did a number of those exist? Is this just like, am I brain farting right now? Someone will let us know.
I know they traced a lot of American movie posters, but
that's a whole other topic entirely. A whole other tangent. This is a game, by the way, that we have covered before on the Bad Game Hall of Fame website. badgamehallofame.com/battle-Los Angeles. It's been a while since I did the read the URL bits out loud, so I'm a little out of practice here. It's also been a long day. Z Reserve pointing at the WW. That means worldwide release. If you're pointing to it as it pertains to release date there, that March 11th, 2011 release date. Though I think there was also like a March 22nd release date for specifically the PlayStation version, but I didn't feel like making a bunch of text to explain that bit. It would have made this simple but elegant graphic that I use way too convoluted. But yeah, this is a game from 13 years ago about a movie that no one remembers, and only I remember this game. This game is no longer available on Steam. I paid money for this at some point to make sure I owned it in perpetuity. And, you know, much like the film, you know, in true film to video game fashion, this video game is only 2 hours. It's a feature-length video game. You don't see too many of those past the 2010s. I guess you don't really see too many movies as video games, at least not in, like, this sense, at least not on this sort of production level. And they did try to position this as a quote-unquote AAA shooter on a budget. That was Saber Interactive's MO. We get into it in the article. I didn't have time to put together a history slide or slideshow going through all the pertinent bits. There's a whole article for that. If you want to know about the whole like development of this game and the movie it's based on, and about one of Saber Interactive's 3D modelers breaking confidentiality by posting 3D renders of Michelle Rodriguez's face on some random like graphic design forum, go read that. We're just gonna enjoy, quote unquote, the game this time around. Have you seen this game? I know you've seen the movie, but have you seen this game before, Sid?
Battle Tank in the Tank, Battle Tank in the Tank in the chat. I might be in the tank also.
Who's
I saw Oboshoes play it, and I feel like I've seen all those Oboshoes videos of playing this generation of shooters, no matter like what the quality is. And I don't even remember that. I don't even remember if anything in the game happens that. I mean, I guess I looked at the article, and so I'll just say no. I don't remember this game, which is surprising because I even was able to remember the movie a little bit. So, and that's not memorable at all either.
No, it really isn't. Besides the fact that it's like all military lingo, that it just for those the quickest summary I can give is that it focuses on a squad of army men, Marines, at something. Whoever these
Tier 1 operators,
sure, as they fend off an alien invasion in the city of Los Angeles. I believe it's a global issue, but they focus specifically on the boots on the ground story of these troops. And it is one of the most like uninspired. There's like no narrative through line. It's just like action schlock. And I have a feeling this kind of stalled Aaron Eckhart's career. I like him. I like that guy. I think he's a charismatic actor. I enjoy his performances, especially in Thank You for Smoking. But this movie kind of killed that momentum, showed that he did not have leading man potential, which, I mean, I believe he does, but this is such a flop of a movie that I believe it curtailed a lot of those ambitions. But speaking of ambitions...
I forgot Michelle Rodriguez was in it, which is...
Very easy to forget who was in this movie.
I totally forgot she was in it.
Speaking of ambitions, this game is completely lacking in them, so let's get to it. This is the 16:9 screen. We're playing a proper 16:9 game. It feels like it's been a while since we played a game in 16:9. This is also one of those wonderful games that launches in full screen and has basically no video settings. So if there's any technical hiccups as I alt-tab in and out of the game, make sure it captures, apologies. Didn't have time to fully prepare tonight. But I think it should be showing up. I believe you should be seeing things at this current juncture, Sid. I believe the audience at home should be seeing and hearing.
Rated teen for blood, language, and violence. Not language. I'm out of here.
Sony Pictures Entertainment Company. A Saber Interactive company.
A bold statement when you're Saber Interactive. Like, you're not even that big. I mean, at the time, at least, right?
This is definitely around the time they were getting into the Halo games, where they landed that contract. I want to believe that this game was made to shore up some extra money or to give, like, their B team, or maybe even their Z team, something to do, while the rest of the folk were busy working on that Master Chief collection that they ingrained themselves into. This is the menu.
In terms of how many people are there. Yeah, this is that alien resetting his animation? Like, it just loops, but there's no in-between frames? Yes. Oh, yeah, wow.
You are correct. Magic Meows asks, is this at maximum graphics? Why don't we take a look at those graphic settings? Video? Yeah, no, this is more settings than you might expect. Windowed is not one of them, which annoys the shit out of me, but you do what you do. You do what you gotta do. Nothing in the way of, like, texture settings or any of those, but hey, we do have grass and debris in the middle of the city, where I don't think there's any grass. I want this to sound right in my ears, and I also need it to be the voice is the primary thing you can hear. You know what? I probably had it dialed in just fine before. I shouldn't second guess myself. Game settings, sensitivity, the lowest it can go, and it's still too high. One of those games where they just did not care about the mouse, building it around the mouse. This was made for consoles. This was made to be a downloadable title. This was deliberately made to be brief. To be a short, little, easily consumable thing. Did I accidentally flag some setting? No, we're good. I can leave this menu without saving. And then there's one other menu thing. Well, let's just also show the controls, right? I bound these.
Wow, I'm surprised you can change the control.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly surprised too, but there's not many of them. Ultimately, this is as straightforward as one of these milsims gets. Not even a milsim. I don't even know why I use that word. I shouldn't deign to call this. It aspires to be. It aspires to have the presentation of one.
What does how to play tell you?
You know what? Let's find out. Let's find out together. I bet it's a slideshow. Nope, even better. It's just a...
Okay. Oh, there's a little scroll bar. For a second, I thought it was just those two things, but...
Firing weapons from the hip will waste ammunition quickly. Aim the weapon down sight to increase accuracy and conserve ammunition. And, in case you haven't played one of these first-person shooters before, throw grenades to take out multiple enemies at once.
I like that they write that you will get tired after sprinting a short distance.
You're carrying a lot of shit on you. Marines carry a lot of gear on their backs and their rucksacks, or whatever they call them. As the character takes damage and loses health, the screen loses color. Stop me if you've heard this one before. When the character's health is critical, the character needs to go to cover. The character, as you, just say as you, picking up weapons. There's 3 guns. I
don't believe in pronouns, actually, but it's a different version.
So that's how to play. That's everything you need to know. Here's the unlockables. List of unlockable videos. Finish the campaign on easy to unlock this, and this, and this, and this. Then on normal to unlock these. And on hard to unlock these. And these are just animatics in this video section. I'm sure the pictures are going to be some concept art from both the movie and the game. And then the mods. The unlockable mods. Hollywood mode, double physics, and tough guys. Now, you notice, finish the campaign on easy to unlock. Now, a real video game would have it so that if you beat the game on hard, you would de facto unlock the unlockables on normal and easy. Not the case here. You'd have to beat this game 3 times on each of the difficulty modes to unlock all of the mods, which, by the way, are cheats. In case you didn't know, these are like cheat modes. These are like GoldenEye-esque, like, Hollywood mode, I think, makes it, like, all slow motion in gunfights. I think double physics just makes wonky physics. And I think tough guys gives enemies, like, double or triple or quadruple health. So, really not compelling unlockables in the first place, but they are there. And they are as cumbersome as possible to unlock. So just bear that in mind. Let's start a new campaign. Are you sure? Your stats for your current playthrough will be lost. I'm fine with that. Now, what difficulty should we select here? Now, easy is for players who have minimal FPS experience, and that describes me. Normal is for players who are familiar with FPS games, acquainted with. For hardcore players only on hard.
It's the one that's like for hardcore players who've never played an FPS.
Yeah, that's real levels of granularity there. Risk taker mode. It's hard, but if you're also inexperienced, it's the perfect balance for that. We're going to play it on normal, speaking of balance. I'm just going to go right in the middle. This game has some quirks that are evident on any difficulty level you play it at. So we won't miss out on anything. I guess we'll miss out on that tough guys mode unlockable. Woe is me.
Once a time, not too long ago, when we thought we were invincible. The biggest...
All these cutscene files... That's Swift files. That's Shockwave files.
Ooh.
Anything could challenge.
So instead of getting, what is that? Rust or whatever? That the Flash player? Ruffle, something like that.
Well,
I love this combination of impact and Comic Sans, by the way.
Yeah. Instead, you can. Oh my God.
There have been reports this morning of as of yet
unidentified
objects that appear to
So, so you said this was a puzzle game on the DS, right?
Someone figured out how to use the trace bitmap tool. Oh, animation!
Okay.
This looks like the Shutter Island game on DS.
Just received word that similar occurrences are being reported in Buenos Aires and Tokyo. It is not yet confirmed.
Oh man.
These falling objects are meteors or some other unexpected.
She seems panicked. She seems terrified. So.
It was a meteor shower. It didn't take long for them to change their minds. We were getting sent into the heart of it, and no one needs an arsenal to clear out a bunch of space rocks.
We have analyzed film of the falling objects and their trajectory from satellite imagery. These objects are slowing down substantially before impact with the surface of the water.
They calculated the angle. That's good.
The implications of this are pretty clear.
Yeah, they were clear, all right. We were under invasion, and it wasn't the goddamn Taliban. 3 hours.
You don't know that.
This could be their latest and greatest technological advancement, transforming into aliens.
Get in and get out.
Well, we know it's not because it's not something the CIA taught them to do.
Done. There were just a few of us. Staff Sergeant Nance, an old cop with a bad reputation and personality to match. But man, could he lead. When all was said and done, he would turn the tide.
You have a little sack on top of his hat? What is that? Is that like a fever?
Those catch bullets. If you get shot in the head, that basically like will slow the bullet down, so it doesn't even like give you like the cranial. Oh god.
Get out of this alive! You have to move down! There's no place for landing here! Alright!
These cutscenes and seamless transition.
You rope down. It's fine.
We don't need to animate that, right? Yeah, no, they'll believe it.
Ropes are very expensive to render in games.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Minimum sensitivity, huh?
Okay, so I need to explain a few things here. First of all, field of view, awesome. Second of all, the mouse support, the fact that it was like going all the way up and down points to just like bad mouse implementation. If it's like getting stuck on coordinates. Third, the character we're playing as Imlay is basically the least consequential character in a movie full of inconsequential characters. So they chose like the most nothing character for you to occupy the shoes of in this game.
Hurry up! We need to move!
Fourthly, this game does deviate from the plot of the movie. It kills characters that don't die in the movie and keeps characters alive who do die in the movie. So don't worry if you want to go watch this movie afterwards. You are getting a markedly different experience. Frank Gothic asks, is there friendly fire?
What says you're not allowed to? Right there, it's the X.
Let's move, Marines!
It's realistic in that way.
Yes, when I think this game, I think of realism.
Everyone, up the ladder!
Oh, and smog check. Alright, everyone in chat, smog check.
Alright.
Tactical.
That's how Marines do it. Not a wasted movement, not a wasted calorie.
Need you to watch my ass.
No, not that close. Oh, check it out. We already have a second weapon. That accounts for 2 of the 3 guns in this game. Well, I might as well do some sniping.
Just the essentials.
Keep yourself together! We gotta move!
Chan's Chinese. No apostrophe there. I'm gonna look at all these signs. The produce store. You know, it's just like Homefront, where they use real-world brands to really, like, bring home the impact of hardware computer sale and the salon. Wash rights.
I wonder, what? India? Mexican
India
food?
Mexican? Okay, so by the way, this game made in by Russians. I don't know if that's obvious or not, that Saber Interactive is a cross-American-Russian studio, and that this team were primarily stationed in Russia, if I am correct in my assessments. By the way, the attic.
Keep yourself together!
I mean, India's closer, isn't it?
Keep your eyes open!
I mean, maybe they don't know Mexican stuff as well, I guess, but...
What the hell is this thing? Don't know! Just shoot it!
So you'll notice that every keyframed animation in this, every like animation they handcrafted, 30 frames per second, even though the game is running at 60.
Okay!
Oh, this
well,
is...
you know, happened to Resident Evil 4 also, you know, so it's got that in common with it.
You know, one of the many similarities between this and Resident Evil 4 in terms of gameplay, in terms of quality, comparable games.
Watch your flanks. We're entering the battle zone.
We're entering the battle zone? Oh, way!
The Battle Los Angeles zone.
Watch out!
It's time, by the way.
Oh,
Now,
hold on, that bus looks like it has a real ad on it, maybe.
well, ask your doctor about Complacix. You want to talk about real-world ads? I'll show you one.
Oh!
The Green Hornet. Look for it on Blu-ray and DVD. GreenHornetMovie.com. Wonder if that website's still up. You remember that Green Hornet reboot with Seth Rogen?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters at the time. I think because I just went to see almost every movie in theaters because I was a film major.
So
I mean, it's not unmemorable like this, but the things I remember about it aren't good.
How did that shot not hit, by the way? That's his...
War's Hell.
So they did teach us how to use grenades. They did encourage us to use grenades. So I might as well do that. I was hoping that would blow up the car. By which I mean this car.
One more.
Come on, let me have this. You're supposed to be able to accidentally kill one of your Marines and get no... Oh, there we go. It was the wrong car. It was this guy. It was this dweeb. It's been a minute since I played this game, so they had to write that article. I never thought I'd have to play it again. Well, I guess I didn't get a chance to look at that billboard. What movie? What movie am I supposed to see? Sony! Bring it back! Prop it back up! Get the aliens to lift! Work together, I need to... Wait, what's on the backside of that? Hold on.
Got cover here.
Let's push forward as we use the
Well, it must
world...
be another thing that's advertised on billboards as part of realism.
Mission failed.
Oh, death.
Oh, that's what got me.
Quick-witted? Who's that?
Oh, okay, we're good. This picked us up after I died. It checkpointed us after.
Take defensive spot.
You might not be able to see the billboard. We'll get a better look at it later, but this is a Havok physics engine billboard. You remember the physics engine Havok? Do people still use Havok? I haven't kept with my middleware.
I feel like I saw it. Oh, EDF6 has it. So yeah, Earth Defense Force has it, and that's all that matters.
Now, how would that kill have looked in double physics? That's what I'm wondering.
You see, that's actually the thing that they don't offer in a lot of games is double physics. Call that the value meal of physics. From what I recall from the movie, again, one of the few things is like, weren't the aliens full of water or something?
Yeah, they're like mushrooms, so they require water in order to like stay hydrated. It's something weird like that. It's like some like they're aliens, but like organic matter that is similar to elements here. They went for something with the alien designs. Whoever designed these aliens was, you know, had a vested interest, had an idea in mind. The movie did not do it any service.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it is very funny though. Like, right, the reason why like the military usually gets punked in movies like this and like ends up on the back foot or like loses or needs to completely rethink their strategy, bring in outsiders like, you know, Independence Day or whatever, is that aliens are like kind of fundamentally different from what we understand, and so military tactics wouldn't work. But in this invasion, they just happen to fight like the Taliban, I guess.
Yeah, with the guns in their hands. They happen to operate just like any other random grunt with a gun would, which is very convenient for game design. I mean, very unique and novel for a movie setting. It's a unique angle on the action. You can get a close-up look at them and their wonderful textures, and this straight up looks like something out of Doom 3. Like these assets here, these like bright, shiny, bump-mapped bits.
Yeah, God, at least Doom 3 modeled some of the folds on the actual model. They didn't bump map all of it.
Smebble Bear asks, are your squaddies doing any damage to the aliens? That is a good question. Let's test it. Let's find out, why don't we?
Oh, really?
I'm gonna guess no. I'm gonna guess these guys are useless as sandbags. They're just... Not to say we're much more useful. This, to be clear, I know I haven't commented on it. This gun, this assault rifle, this carbine here, miserable. Let's count the shots. I want like an isolated target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not dead. 7, 8. 8 shots, so about a third of a magazine.
And that other guy was shooting, it looked like.
And that other guy was shooting, so maybe it's even more than that usually. Let's go into iron sight view.
Dude,
That was almost the entire magazine to take out a single enemy. It's weirdly variable.
Why white? Why fade to white?
Looks like Battle Los Angeles just started.
Tech Sergeant Santos, Air Force 61st Wing Intel Unit. The rest are National Guard.
What happened to you, Tech Sergeant?
I was part of a 5-man team working on signal intel, tracking enemy transmissions. We got onto some massive RF signal.
There's no voice actor credits for this as far as I remember.
I'm the only one who got away.
This kind of sounds like Lanny Manella. Like, I don't think so, but like...
I did a tour with a joint unit and
They had Aaron Eckhart go on X-Play to advertise this game, so you would think that he was involved in his capacity as a voice actor.
Radio Staff Sergeant. 10 minutes ago, we called headquarters. You see what happened. Aliens rushed to our location like hungry dogs.
Thanks for the information. Join our unit. To evacuate civilians.
The emotion of the scene is really coming through, just like in the movie.
Stay here. Take care of the wounded and wait for the chopper.
Do you need help?
Negative, Staff Sergeant. Good luck.
Beep boop.
So what I recall from writing the article and researching this game is that the team were denied all the 3D models that the movie production team had designed, which included full scans, 360-degree scans of all the actors' faces. They just didn't have that. They had it. It existed. They were not allowed to use it at Saber Interactive. I'm sorry, Live Action Studios. So this was, to the team's credit, done from scratch. There's your Michelle Rodriguez. She looks a little on model, I guess. I've seen worse. Like, for example, Aaron Eckhart over here. Well, he's not going to stand still and let me see, but not the most incredible likeness. Not the most uncanny of them I've seen. Oh, did you see that civilian get murked? You don't see too many of those. You don't see too many of these
He was
guys.
planning on smashing through that fence.
He was just going to, like, charge on through. I mean, it's not locked.
Yeah, true.
So it might have worked. It was a good plan. It was a good attempt.
Ooh, Havoc.
This game does have a lot of neat physics tricks. Not impressive necessarily, but it's doing a lot with physics in the environment. A lot of stuff is destructible or interactive, so you can like move around a lot of objects if that's something that's impressive to you. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And oh god, this mouse again, just not implemented correctly. The only game. No, there's definitely games that have implemented mouses worse than this, beyond the one I'm thinking of. But the worst implementation of a mouse I've ever seen in a PC conversion of a console game is 007 Legends, which I think is a fine game. It's unfortunate, then, that the PC version of it maps the mouse as if it were a joystick on a controller, but it's also a game without controller support on PC. So you can only move the mouse, regardless of how you move it, it only moves in 8 directions. Don't ask me how. So I guess I'd take this over that. I guess I would take the game occasionally moving the mouse out of the quote-unquote window over that. The aliens might have babies. I don't know what kind of sick games they're playing. They're just like the Taliban, except if they were aliens made out of mushrooms or something.
Stay frosty.
Might as well fill up.
Those are all full refills of all your ammo?
Yeah, they just give it to you all in one. Those boxes just fill everything up to capacity because they know you're dumping entire magazines when it comes to the assault rifle, and that half your sniper rifle shots just whiff. So you better believe they're giving you full ammo. You better believe they're giving you the capacity of ammo. I know if I take a step forward, we'll get another one of those wonderful in-engine cutscenes.
Move to cover.
Oh, not a cutscene this time, just a There we go. That's an accurate count of the bullets. So just count that up, folks. If you want to know how many shots it takes to kill something, just keep an eye on the ammo counter, replay that clip a few times, and get back to us.
And remember, Marines stick together.
Defensive position!
Jesus.
Yeah, it's so strange how bad the shooting feels in this. There's a lot of qualities that make an effective gun in a first-person shooter beyond just like the actual effectiveness of it. There are things you can do, like if the idea here is that the aliens are made of tougher stuff, you can do that, but you still have to make it feel like the guns have kick. You still need to use like good sound design to make the bullets like meaty, to make it like loud in your ears, to make it feel like, oh, these bullets are like, you know, coming out the gun at max velocity. These guys are just made of tough stuff. But no, it's kind of just pithy and low in the mix and makes you feel like you're shooting
blame these like mutant guns that are not as good as the regular ones. Recoil animations, yeah.
You would think that the heads are where you're meant to aim because they're such a nice big target. And it would make a perfect target for like the sniper rifle. But like clearly, I don't know what the deal with the sniper rifle is, but it is not particularly useful. I don't know if there's some mechanic for like bullet drop or something. Not that it should even matter at this distance, at the distance you're getting to engagements in. There's never an instance where you need to like really like snipe to it, like where you need to like aim all the way out in the distance. See where that road ends? They don't want you looking at this. They never want you looking this far out into the environment, seeing how desolate it is beyond the world they have crafted.
I'm not sure what this is.
Worldwide assessment of threats concerning humankind.
There wasn't a movie?
No, there isn't. There's not an anti-alien task force or anything.
Yeah, because they just find out aliens exist.
Hold on. I need to alt-tab out of this. There has to be something going on here. There has to be something with the mouse that I can do to at least like partially remedy this. I've just alt-tabbed.
Can you lower the sensitivity by 1 trillion on the actual mouse?
No, I have it at the lowest DPI, the lowest polling rate possible, and it is still giving me all sorts of errors. I even tried to force this to run in a window earlier to see if that would maybe help, but it would just crash straight up. So we're stuck with what we're stuck with.
Looked like there was a newspaper in that newspaper.
There is, and I do want to look at it after we're no longer under fire. All right, beautiful. Yeah, thanks for that. All about Russia and some really sad-looking girl.
Is that a person who works at Saber Interactive?
It might be. It might be family. I mean, they're certainly letting it be known that they're like, you know, like, let's sneak some Russian shit in here. The Nation, the national newspaper. We all know it. We're all familiar with it. So, like, there was some attempt at, like, you know, filling out the environment with stuff. Not a good attempt. It's a fun attempt. It's good for our purposes, but...
I wonder, Tiger Chimera in the chat mentioned earlier, like, I like seeing, like, fake signs in games to see what they come up with. I like it when they try to come up with something. I kind of always wonder, like, has someone tested, like, we should write Salon on this sign? Like, we can't come up with a brand, just have it say Salon instead of nothing. And, like, that... Do people react better to that?
Look, there's a helo! We need it here to evac the civilians!
It's flying away, we gotta stop it! Radio them!
No, keep it silent. No radio. Those things will track our signal.
We have no choice. We got to get those civilians.
You can tell that they aspired to do some sort of comic book type presentation here that didn't pan out, obviously. Maybe that's why they thought Comic Sans would fit for this. Oh, shh. Sorry, that one always tickles me. They knew exactly what was going to happen.
Animation.
We were able to secure a handful of civilians from that police station. But with the aliens controlling the skies, there was no way we were getting out of there by air. We needed to find some transport or we'd never make it out alive. One of our guys hotwired a city bus, and we made our way out to Santa Monica as quietly as we could. When we hit the freeway, we thought...
In a city bus.
But we were wrong.
Those air units are gonna find us. Won't make it out of here.
It's a big ass wheel.
My face when we're gonna die.
Let's keep it together.
Look, the freeway's blocked. There's a fight going on.
I told
Look at those tiny little hands on the wheel.
you, way you would be dead easy.
Quiet.
Strong Bad, how do you drive the city bus during the Battle of Los Angeles?
Santos, Imlay. Follow me.
With your gloves on, with those big old boxing gloves. Yeah.
LB, man the turret and take out as many of them as you can.
So is this level 2?
No, this is still level 1.
Okay.
When your game is only 3 levels long, you know, you gotta... So they put us on this turret, because it is a first-person shooter in the 2010s, so you gotta have a turret section in there somewhere.
It looks like it doesn't overheat, so... Yeah, that's superior American technology at work.
Yeah, take that, aliens. Good old American ingenuity, never fails.
Traditional Marines, infinite ammo.
Oh, can I blow this up?
Okay. That would have been really bad. I mean, I wouldn't put an oil tanker in the game if we couldn't blow up.
If you couldn't blow it up. And this is a game powered by, I don't know if you noticed or not, the
fuel truck.
Havoc physics engine. So they're capable of doing effects like that because of that. So I worry that people in the audience may be looking at this and they may be laughing at the cutscenes, as well they should, but saying to themselves, this looks pretty unspectacular. And as far as like a first-person shooter goes, and to that I say, you're correct, but it is shocking just how unspectacular this is. It is really striking how unspectacular this 2-hour game is. How, despite its brevity, they did not think to pack it like to the brim with stuff.
Ouch.
Oh, we're good. It's okay, actually.
Imlay, you're definitely fine. No one do a health check on Imlay.
Work through that concussion. Hey, I'm concussed over here. Give me a fucking break. Give me a minute here.
Okay, it's not some kind of autonomous weapon or different creature.
No, it's just
it's a guy in a turret.
Of course. Oh, I think I fucked this up. I can't move from this position, by the way. I'm completely stuck here. Because they really wanted me in position to see this and to make that shot. That's called using a scripted sequence to set up a cinematic. Very advanced technique.
Whoa.
Oh, pay attention.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that character dies in the movie, so that really is a twist if you came in knowing the movie plot.
A click outside of the bombing zone. Santos,
Look at discount Chris Pratt in the back left corner.
get the safety and wait there.
He was not in this movie, by the way.
Imlay and I are going to distract the alien air unit. We'll catch up with you outside the bombing zone. Now move out. There's no time to lose.
His pupils look like hearts in that shot.
See that gas station, Marine? That's our goal. We need to bring that alien air unit down there.
Oh, gas flow.
Get it to hover low enough. We should be able to take it out by blowing the station.
How much is gas? That's always, whenever there's a gas station in a video game.
Still in one piece. I got shot.
Huh?
What? That came from two different
Two different characters.
Act.
So we got to see what the prices of gas are in 2011.
Defensive position.
The volume mixing in this game, by the way, is wonderful. Have you noticed that? How it goes from like deafeningly loud to barely audible?
So I was thinking too much about Green Hornet for some reason. It's weird. I hadn't thought about that movie in a while.
Sorry, just more wonderful mouse stuff. The grenade arc is so strange. Oh, there's also no cooking grenades. It just, you press it and it launches out of your hand with a purpose. You know what? I'm standing on top of a ammo refill, so I can just do this.
Oh.
Oh.
Can you grenade Aaron Eckhart?
Sorry, I can't hear you. What was that? You're gonna have to speak a little louder.
Can you grenade Aaron Eckhart?
We'll find out. No.
Wow. This is actually part of his audition for leading man roles. That grenades don't affect him. People always said it's a real shame he decided to be an actor instead.
Wow, that was a whole magazine with no joy.
What was that gesture it did?
That's the alien taunt. It's a deep part of their culture. That's the ultimate sign of disrespect they can show us. And us ignorant Americans, we're just completely oblivious to it. They like doing this. They like making you shoot the lock to load up the next area as a means of artificially pausing, like, the path finding that the NPC is on.
How often do they shoot locks in the movie? Do you remember?
I don't recall. I don't recall them doing it even so much as once, but it's also been a while. The last time I watched this movie, the only time I watched this movie was for the purpose of writing the article. Oh, great checkpoint. Now I'll never know what day the Green Hornet comes out. Fuck.
Trying to block you from seeing the gas prices. Goodness.
This game is delisted on Steam, by the way. I wonder if they just figured, well, this game is completely fucking busted. Maybe we should pull this from sale? Maybe people on modern computers not being able to play this is going to be like a bad look. So, you know, fair play on their part. I think when it came out at either 10 or 15 bucks. I know I mentioned it in the article. So it was value priced from the word go. They did not pretend that this was like a Call of Duty competitor, except for the part where they said very deliberately and very knowingly that it had AAA first-person shooter production value behind it, that it looks like a quote-unquote AAA game, which, debatable, to say the least. Fuck this. You take care of it, Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, he has too much trauma, I think.
Fuck's sake. So I have to aim down because the grenade goes, well, not that far down. It's so specific. What did it collide with his gun as he turned around, as he transitioned animations?
Oh, he got one.
Okay, so I guess that answers the question from however long ago. Whoever asked it, yes, they can do some amount of damage to the aliens. Maybe even kill them. So it's not legendary bad. Where's those gas prices? Show me those gas prices. Do not show me the sky. Let me get through this.
You have to maintain discipline to keep the mouse level, okay?
Any good Marine knows that.
So you know they have these flying, not really sauce. You know these flying ships that appear to float without any kind of traditional propulsion system.
Yes, as I saw,
that has had no impact on their combat tactics whatsoever. That they have this.
Hopefully the ship will follow the signal.
You know, mushroom tech. That's gonna be my answer for everything.
$1.85.
Fuck off! Look what they took from us, America.
Well, this is why the invasion, the Battle of Los Angeles.
Can I just blow this whole place up? That would take care of the alien problem. Well, I guess that's what we're building to. I guess we need the gas station intact so we can blow it up later to try to take out the alien ship. I guess that's what we're doing here. In case it wasn't clearly communicated.
It's just that one ship that's stopping all the evacuations in this area.
Well, it's certainly not making them easier. I'll grant them that. You do what you can.
All right, time to be fine.
So I think we fell through that hole. We were there where that hole was. And we just fell through to this floor. But we're okay. It's all right. We got that padding on our helmet, so it's okay.
Does the fire hurt you?
I believe it did, yeah.
Hmm.
Let's also mention another fun thing you need to do with this game. It has an uncapped frame rate. You do not want to run an uncapped frame rate. Set it to 60. Use some like NVIDIA control panel or whatever the red equivalent of that is, I suppose. Otherwise,
when
things
you
will
play
be...
this game, everyone.
Of course. When you purchase this off of Steam, which I'm sure everyone is lining up to do right now, they're going to go find key resellers just so they can get a hold of this, boy howdy.
Yeah, Charky says Gemini Heroes Reborn is still up on Steam. Yeah, that's what that game is interesting.
It has something going on. It has some sort of pulse to it.
Like, this is the kind of game that it wouldn't exist if it wasn't to tie in with something, but also, like, it's still strange that it's this bad. Okay.
Smooth animation there.
I'm surprised Martinez got killed by an explosion, because they don't seem to work on anyone else.
Well, he was a real loser. He was a real weak link. He had to go. They had to just get him out of there.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm remembering his character development.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the deep character. Coffee! It's just one giant cafe there.
Office.
Oops.
Oh, no.
Death. Yeah, maybe...
Oh, and you're also weak to explosions. Age and height unknown for aliens? Height unknown?
You know, we were trying to measure them. We're trying to get, like, an average going here, but we need more data. It needs more research.
Height unknown is like a joke I make about PS2 manuals when they, like, try to make someone mysterious, but they put too many, like, things in there to say unknown.
What's the alien's blood type, though? I need to know their personality by means of blood type.
Well, I mean, I said earlier they were filled with water in the movie. They seem to be filled with mud in this.
Blood type H2O. Something there. There's some workshop that. I spotted some more product placement. The Sony Ericsson. Remember that shit? I sure
have this on Xperia Play.
A Windows Phone ad? No, not quite. Stop doing that game, please. We're about to get to a really shitty part here, and it's going to be really bad if the mouse screws up on me here.
Who is the other person? Is that you talking?
I think it's supposed to be. It's unclear.
The way it just fell off of the physics.
Take them all down. Concentrate fire.
Yeah, I think I'll keep the rocket launcher. That's going to be the most handy thing for this. Now, you may think, oh, clear shot. Oh, I guess that did work. Usually this stops you. Usually the glass here stops you.
I think it shot it out just before you got there. Oh.
Cover fire.
See, that's what I was worried about right there, is the mouse going cattywampus.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is also very good about dodging some of your shots.
You know, this is reminding me of the final boss of Resident Evil Code Veronica, which we were talking about in the Discord.
Oh yeah, please send him with a link to the Discord, Sid.
There it is, right in the chat.
Get all the latest updates on the Resident Evil discourse, which has been happening since I celebrated Resident Evil 6's birthday yesterday over on the social media sites.
Yeah, though I say like all the latest updates, and I mean, I guess people did know that this was going to happen slightly beforehand.
So this column is probably not the best cover, but it's the only cover we have.
Cover fire.
Is there any place in here to give me ammo? Oh, there it is, of course. We can't go a few feet without having an ammo box, just in case. They don't want you soft locking at any point. God forbid it gets too difficult. God forbid you have to, like, conserve any of your resources.
At what point, when you're putting down ammo boxes, do you consider maybe there shouldn't just be reserve ammo amount? Maybe that should just be infinite. Like, isn't that... Then you don't have to place ammo boxes anymore. Like, it doesn't seem that hard, but...
Well, we'd have to interview Saber Interactive, the Z team at Live Action Studios, to see what their mentality, what their thinking was for this.
Yeah, how many ammo boxes do you think will be in the Avatar The Last Airbender game?
Time to ammo box. It's a new count, just like time to barrel from back in the day. Or is it time to crate? I always forget.
Time to crate.
Time to crate, that's
right. Memory, yeah.
Oh my god, stand still and just die already.
So those are all missing, huh? Maybe it has iframes when it dodges. So long, air unit.
Okay. We need to move on.
Do you think, like, internally or at some point in the production they gave it a name? Did the aliens have a name?
I think the part of the movie is trafficking that mystery that you never quite know, that you're figuring things out as the Marines do. So maybe they have a nickname for them that they use, but like you never know like the real details of where they came from, why they're here, their genealogy and so forth.
They're like, damn, someone make some racist media about the aliens so we can call them that.
Yeah, we need slurs. Hurry up with it. I think at some point we did transition from level 1 to level 2, by the way. Unless I'm completely wrong. Seamless.
Was it the bus, do you think?
Must have been.
When you get on a bus. You know, it would be great if you rewatched Battle of Los Angeles. That's a lie already. That sentence has already failed.
Yeah, no, it's already never going to happen. It's already dealing in possibilities.
But if you look at the background and Imlay randomly shooting the ground in the middle of the movie.
This is just like in the movie. You know, Aaron Eckhart, I leave this one to you. Let's see your blind fire technique.
It's not very tactical.
Stick to cover! Oh!
Sounds just like him. Wow, you know, you said the movie kind of affected his career. Are you sure it wasn't this?
Maybe it was his appearance on X-Play. Maybe it was the fact he was in the same room as Adam Sessler. Maybe that just like took its toll on him. So, this seems almost stupid to ask. Well, we have a cutscene, so I'll ask it after the cutscene.
Oh, Santos.
Put those hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care.
They're very long in that shot.
Come on. Helo's gonna evac us. Let's go.
The Helo's gonna evac us. Shut up.
And while we managed to save the civilians, things were looking pretty grim. Carpet bombing never happened. The aliens controlled the skies, and with them...
They really got a lot of mileage out of this overhead, this satellite view.
But Nance had another idea in mind.
You think these arrows actually line up with the movie? Or the game?
Now the alien ship we took down. It was empty. No pilot. These ships, they're drones.
Thank God we have these schematics on hand.
What do you think this means?
What?
Don't know. But something has to be controlled.
They're drones, but they seem to fly in formation.
Maybe we can just
Is that?
take back the skies.
Damn it! My controls have gone haywire!
Bip. What the?
There was almost excitement there for a second. Something almost happened. Thank God that we got out of that one. That guy seemed real panicked.
I'm gonna fucking die. It's all over. That's fine.
That guy has displayed more emotion than any other character portrait in this game has.
Yeah, you're right. Something is causing powerful radio interference all over this region. There has to be.
Are you okay there,
down there,
lady?
Something big.
You sound sleepy.
I would be too if I was recording for this game.
Like she's talking loudly, but like she doesn't want to.
Recon that area.
Doesn't seem to be anything around, Staff Sergeant.
Yeah, you kind of just dropped us out in the middle of a bunch of rubble. I don't know what we were expecting to see here when we first landed, but...
Hold on, this music that's playing under this, it's like vague, atmospheric, whatever. This was playing under the music of the last cutscene.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of audio issues with this. In addition to all the other issues we're dealing with. This is the last level, by the way.
I'm fully aware
so we are in the last third of the game. Already. We didn't say it was going to be a long stream tonight. I just said I threw it together. So, it's...
Drink up. Well, I've got coffee.
Oh, was there a drink up? I've straight up not been paying attention to any redemption. Doesn't look like there's been many, which is good. I guess people are just really invested in the game, which is good, which is what I was hoping for.
Thank God. For the mouse pains.
Thank you. So I guess my question... the question I was going to ask earlier is, what separates this? You know what? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I want to lower this volume in my ears a little bit more, so I'm going to Alt-Tab real quick. And maybe this will make so I can hear myself think a little better. What separates this campaign from something like the American levels in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare? Besides the aliens, right? Like, that's what it's going for. It's going for that level of, like, you know, boots on ground, looking at Marines doing stuff, looking at soldiers doing stuff, and having, like, a very minimal amount of agency, being the official door opener for your squad. You know, aesthetically, there are notes here of, like, a bombed-out Middle Eastern city that a Call of Duty level might take place in. This game, superficially, has a lot in common with a game of that nature. It's certainly trying to imitate a game of that nature. But where does it fall short? What are the failings here? They're pretty obvious, for the most part. So again, not the most intense question. Also like how this lock is clipping inside this wall here. So that's great attention to detail.
Oh, you have the assault rifle. I was hoping the sniper rifle would whiff that shot.
So, I guess the point I'm driving at here is that it's certainly something to try and emulate a Call of Duty. In fact, I would say it's a smart idea for this era. 2011's a little late for it, but not too late to offer some sort of value thing.
Medal of Honor reboot came out too, wasn't it?
2010-ish. I know Warfighter was 2012 or 2013.
Okay.
But
Like this way will lead us into the sewers. Let's see what.
Look how it turned out for them.
Another big thing this game is lacking, and I think would have been like the thing that if I was designing a Battle Los Angeles tie-in game, I don't know why I would be. I don't know what dire circumstances in my life would lead me to that sort of outcome. But you know what I would do? I would make it multiplayer. That's kind of the thing that is easier to replicate from Call of Duty. It's harder to replicate the set pieces in all their splendor. I mean, they certainly made an attempt to make you feel a certain way about a city that some amount of the players would know. You know, Los Angeles, close to home. Make you feel some sort of way in the same way that, like, Modern Warfare 2, as the Russians invade America, tried to. So, you know, it's aping elements of that. But I would have given up on that pursuit entirely and just made it a Marines versus Aliens online shooter. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
And you can still do that value priced. You can still, like, host servers on the cheap, keep it up for, like, you know, a set period of time, know that it has a shelf life on it. No one's gonna, you know, cry tears of mourning for Battle Los Angeles being taken offline the same way that other contemporary games have been. You know? They probably could have snuck that one in under the radar.
Ooh, another thing.
A new mechanic in the last third of the game.
But yeah, I mean, because clearly they didn't have the juice for set pieces. So, like, just leverage it into a format that doesn't have any.
Yeah, just let the action speak for itself, which I guess that would also have been a disaster with these guns. Imagine these guns in multiplayer. I complain about the time to kill in Battlefield. Ew, boy!
That's it. They're command and control. Gotta be.
They're not letting me up.
The surface and calling a strike on this thing. If we destroy it, the sky's
We have to find the answer by ourselves.
Paris, look out!
I'm Headful says, say something nice.
Paris!
Redeemed it, I should say. Didn't just ask.
I will address that in a second. First, I want to address the dead Marine Harris.
Oh, no.
Long may he live. He walked directly into one of those explosive things, and Michelle Rodriguez was like, "Watch out!" as he walked directly into, basically like walking into a landmine, walking into an explosive barrel that's on fire, is what he effectively did there. So, idiot. He
I guess those
deserved it.
specs didn't help after all.
Say something nice about this game. That is the challenge. That is a challenge to be sure.
That guy a zombie? Why is he so dead?
So where's this guy going? Nowhere fast, that's for sure. I think we're meant to continue down this way, maybe, or...
Yes.
Okay, so
Kill
say
all these guys?
something nice about this game. I imagine it was functional on consoles. Maybe less so here on PC in the year 2024.
I'll say that they gave the property Battle Los Angeles the proper amount of respect with this.
Yeah, you can certainly say that.
I mean, Saber Interactive, they've gone on to do a lot better, more interesting things, and if this helped them keep the lights on, then good. Like, genuinely,
People gotta get paid. You need projects like this to buffer between major releases. More studios should take weird contract work like this.
There's an alternate timeline where they, someone else got asked to do Battle Los Angeles, and that means we never got the Switch version of The Witcher 3.
Let's go.
Oh, truly the darkest timeline. Okay, I just need to not rotate to the left. That seems to be triggering a lot of the issues with the map. Oh, never mind.
Like the politics of the film, yeah.
Yeah, clearly. I don't think this film actually has any politics in it. I think it's completely divorced from anything and everything. I think there's literally no thought that went into it one way or the other.
Oh, no, well, just the blanket, American military. Like, God, it would be so bad if they invaded America. But,
yeah, the general hoorah-ness of it. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Man. I like how they get distorted when you get injured.
Well, that's what it is. When you get hit with bullets, and and your health goes monochrome, the next thing that goes is the hearing. It gets lower pitched, chopped.
That's actually they don't render it, but in their GBA version of American Idol, that's what's happening when you screw up the songs, is you're getting shot.
There's got to be some way to get that on stream. I don't know how. I don't know how we would do a stream around American Idol on GBA, but it has to be done at some point.
Donnie Baguette says, it really bothers me how when you shoot iron sight, the bullet trails sometimes come from the top left of the screen. Now it's coming from the right.
Definitely misaligned in a multitude of unique and exciting ways.
Make 'em pay!
This is, I think, this isn't necessarily a nice thing, but I think what's interesting about this game, what keeps me coming back to it, what keeps it living in my brain, is just how distilled this is. That this is as bare bones, as streamlined, as stripped down as you can make a first-person shooter of this nature.
Mm-hmm.
Any and all artifice of narrative, of progression hooks, of any of that, just completely stripped away. And all that's left is incredibly middling shooting, pathetic cutscenes, and about 3 levels worth of content that all plays more or less the same, that doesn't really change from moment to moment in any sort of meaningful way.
Guys, check in! Caught one!
I guess it's supposed to be like a big reveal moment. We're supposed to be impressed by this. Didn't work, but good effort on their part. Nice try.
This happens on like most levels in Earth Defense Force.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that for the prospect of this being a budget version of a Call of Duty, there are other budget games on the market, namely the Earth Defense Force series by way of a D3 publisher. All of D3 Publishers' games, that they go to show that just because you're constrained by budget doesn't mean that it needs to necessarily look at in every instance, that you can still push something. Like, yeah, there's obviously corners that an EDF cuts in terms of its presentation, but you overlook those things because the core gameplay is so compelling. Yeah, that is incredible.
Not cardboard boxes.
The most deadly, heavy material known to man. If these action movies are to be believed, or 90s direct-to-VHS movies, just all the fights that took place in cardboard box factories and warehouses or anything go by.
Even accepting that, this is, this place is under attack or something got shook up, how are there all those cardboard boxes consolidated in that corner of what looks like... It's not like this place has been abandoned and people have, put up cardboard box barricades or something for days.
It's the one thing that can stop the aliens.
This invasion just happened. Why was there stacking that many cardboard boxes there? How did an alien get in there? I know it's a little gauche to, do that for a game that's already got so many problems, but that was a lot of cardboard boxes. Usually they do they break through a wall, or they knock over there's a shopping cart or a shelf, but not 30 cardboard boxes.
That alien was hiding behind those boxes. He's like, I don't know what these these cube structures are, but they make the perfect hiding spot for me. If anyone were to come inside of this building.
That's true. It's their culture.
That fight went a lot easier.
Ruined
than the
building
one.
over there. No way.
Oh, which one? You have to be more specific, my friends.
Point Tango Alpha Delta.
They should have said, go to the one building that isn't completely ruined, and that would have been more.
Oh, hold on.
They gave me a tooltip about the alien, when to shoot the alien spaceship. When the best timing for that is. A little late.
What? That? Was that the Doom gun sound?
I didn't hear it, but I wouldn't be shocked.
It wouldn't come from a gun you fire. Oh. Okay.
So...
Give him all you got! You got it!
That was telling. It seems like the splash damage on this rocket launcher doesn't actually exist. Neither does the hit scan element. I think these are only meant for the spaceships. I don't think they accounted for players ever trying to use this on an alien. Because I don't think I've ever gotten a single alien kill. I guess that was the first one. I guess I did get that one kill there after 3 rockets. That's the most successful I've ever been.
Oh, are we near the Al India? Which is,
I think this was the El India. This
That's it.
No.
Where are we gonna eat now?
I mean, I can see why they might have had some troubles. No seating. That must be the proprietor.
Wait for my signal.
This guy actually didn't die from the aliens. They died from smoking, as these cigarettes in the environment are meant to.
Use the turret! Don't let him get close to
Oh, I think I'm supposed to be doing something other than battling with the mouse right now. That's what I'm doing primarily. Where's this turret I'm supposed to be using? Oh, there we go. Okay, so destroy the enemy air units. They're giving us a clear priority target here, which is good. Then again, being this tutorialized, having the game spell literally everything out for you, and so you have no agency and no need for trial and error, that also probably isn't great. But, you know, breezy. Did I say this game was going to take 2 hours? This is going to probably take just an hour. That's, even for a budget game, that's kind of dire. Again, one without any sort of multiplayer component, any sort of replay beyond just, hey, if you beat it 3 times, you get these cheat codes you're absolutely not going to use.
Yeah, how much did you say this cost on launch?
It was either $14.99 or $9.99.
Oh, man. I remember for a while people kept bringing up that, the Platinum games, actually relevant to that Avatar RPG, the Avatar Legend of Korra game, that Platinum did. And I think that was $15. That was, like, way longer than this.
Well, for this kind of spectacle, like I said, it's a feature-length game. It's like being in the movie.
I mean, that's the one thing, you know, by the Platinum Games is pretty low on that compared to live-action studios.
Yes. Hallowed be thy name. I don't know who these
Battle
Platinum guys
action.
you're talking about are, but I just can't imagine them holding a candle to Live Action Studios, the Saber Interactive sub-label that made one game. You know, that oeuvre.
You know, I was about to say, it's not really a thing about Battle Los Angeles, I remember. Oh, hold on. Oh, the range finding. Oh, and that was the most important part of the ship.
All stations. Enemy command control is destroyed. Alien air power compromised. Bring the heat. Let's take back Los Angeles.
And one final mission. That's a victory lap, of course, is what will happen.
On that day, we helped protect
Okay.
Wishful thinking.
Protect the streets and air.
protect the city. Los Angeles
That's what Semper Fi means.
will continue to fight back against alien invasion no matter how dangerous it becomes. Earth needs to be saved because we're the Marines. And the Marines.
That's the
Anyone know
takeaway?
Marines
Oh, thanks
from
for playing.
this?
Oh, that was it. That was it. That was the game. That was Battle
No
Los
credits?
Angeles. That was it. That was the whole thing. No
No,
credits.
fade to black, no credits.
New content unlocked, though.
6'2".
Well, I guess I should hit my screen, which requires pausing the game. I can't just bring this up on the fly, but so pretend like the main menu is still in motion here as I hit this. Oh boy. So this game really destroys my format. The part where I would talk over the credits and like give my final thoughts on the game. I barely even had time to come up with thoughts on this game, honestly. I mean, I guess we have the article for that for my full thoughts. But
yeah, well, I guess you can go to how to play and just slowly scroll the text like it's credits.
Very slowly. Let's take a look at some of these videos. You know, it goes to show, like, even a game... Okay, if I do have a takeaway, if I do have a message of my own, you know, unlike the movie and unlike the game, it would be that even something as brief as this probably still took, like, minimum 6 months to cook up.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell from looking at these animatics, all this shit, that, like, you know, there were talented people. There were, like... hard workers, people who I like the little like
yeah, a little razzle dazzle.
That there were people here who were like, you know, consummate professionals who did their job as they were prescribed for very little money and in very little time, for sure. But ultimately, when you put people under the gun like that, there's only so much they can do. Talented people, you know, I called them a B team or a Z team as a bit of a to be mean earlier for the purposes of being petty, but oh, I like this.
Oh,
so these are clearly from the movie, right? These are not things they made for the game. That these are animatics from the actual movie production. This could be from the game. All this blue background shit and like these renders are definitely from the game, but. Is that supposed to be Aaron Eckhart's guy? I think it is.
Oh yeah, it's got his iconic blood mark on his face.
And the sunglasses not seen in the game. Here's what the animations look like, in case you were curious. I know people... It's long been a joke that no one cares about like concept arts or unlockables of that nature, production stills, animation tests. I do. I think this stuff is interesting. Check out this alien puppet, for example.
Ooh.
This is what the aliens are supposed to look like. If you cut through all the bump mapping and stuff, this is what the actual physical prop would look like, I suppose. Maybe they used some practical effects in the movie. I guess they must have.
Oh, syrup.
Combination of CG and practical. Probably mostly CG, but...
Yeah. And I mean, you could say, like, oh, it's a short turnaround time and budget and stuff that affected this, and it's true. Well, what was the movie's excuse?
Well, the movie's excuse was that hack screenwriters, bad concept.
Yeah. I mean, that is one of those cases, too, and it's like, you know, it's true, there are a lot of adaptations in Hollywood, a lot of sequels, but I feel like this is a movie that qualifies for original idea, but also does not.
Those are some woolly cars, by the way. Some jagged edges on it. You'd absolutely get tetanus touching that car.
Kind of looks like they got caught in an accident near the Philadelphia cream cheese factory, maybe.
It's spilled out all over the place. Purple Harris.
There he is.
R.I.P. How many times are you going to spin around? 3 times? Make it 3 times.
No, these flash animations?
This isn't a flash animation.
Like files, I should say. Yeah.
I think these might be MOVs or something like that. These might be actual, like, you know, Bink video or whatever. If we want to unlock the video of Staff Sergeant Nance, we're going to have to beat this game on hard, along with Tech Sergeant Santos. The stealth moves? Stealth moves? There's no stealth moves in this game.
Do they mean like crouch?
I guess so. You want to see what double physics looks like?
Sure. Can we jump to an exciting part of the game, perhaps?
No, you can start the campaign or continue the campaign.
Does loading checkpoint take you to the credits?
Well, it's too late to find out.
Yeah,
now.
it's fine. It's fine.
Should we try to beat it on hard? Should we see if there's any meaningful difference?
Why not?
Time. not too long ago.
Is the story harder also?
Yeah, there's more twists. There's more details revealed. You learn more about the characters this time.
Fear that anyone, anything, could challenge.
I don't think we need the cutscenes this time, even though they are the funniest part of this game. This is a serious speed run with a broken mouse.
Oh, use the on-screen compass so you don't get lost in these expansive environments.
Let's go.
That's actually another thing they could have gone for, honestly, with like how little ammo matters and how you're never gonna get lost, and how like getting shot doesn't have a health bar or anything. They could have gone for like a no HUD kind of.
Yeah, they could have gone
experience,
immersive,
like the King Kong game, but you know that had more budget still, but.
Yeah, it had ambition, which this did not have, to be sure. You know, there are ways to hide low budget, and that is a good way to do it. To like, you know, have some gimmick, have like a hook along the lines of like immersive, no heads-up display, sell it as being like completely immersive, and people would be willing to look past certain elements of it. I think.
No.
Maybe not these unskippable cutscenes, where the frame rate.
Speed runs for this game range from 25 to 30 minutes, so good luck.
Move to cover. I'm good over here. Cover my.
All right, straight up an entire magazine in iron sights. That's what hard mode does.
Yeah.
I would love to see these double physics, though.
Cover it from here.
Oh, it's on fire.
Anybody hit?
I think he just evaporated. I was hoping to watch his ragdoll go flying or something, but
it affected the double physics on a molecular level.
Oh yes, it's all under the hood. It's all very deep systems mechanics, like very hidden. Oh, I didn't pick up the sniper rifle.
Keep up the intensity.
I think I'll be fine.
That hole wasn't there. Okay, the first time you played it, I guess I only looked over it, like I only saw that you had shot it afterwards. I didn't realize it's a whole billboard. I'm surprised they let you destroy their tie-in advertising with gunfire. Like they wouldn't make an exception for that.
I think it's scripted to happen no matter what.
Oh,
but you can like activate it early, which is a good like a little illusion.
Yeah.
You know, on the second playthrough, let's try to find nice things. Let's try to highlight some of the things that stand out as genuinely impressive here. Like some more of these stores, like Best Tires, Smog Check, The Locksmith, Woodworth's. Ah, well. That's my own damn fault. Luckily, we start from here.
Golden Orange.
Luke's Produce. Or no, I'm sorry, just Luke Produce. Luke Produce, more like. Comics. I wish... Oh, we do have the sniper rifle. Even though we didn't pick it up, they're just like, you should have this. Comics. Tomorrow's comics today. So they're breaking embargo. That's I won't stand for that.
Yeah. I'm on Journey.
Only 39 cents. What the fuck is 39 cents in 2011?
I don't think you can get a cup of water for that.
Cover fire. You got it.
Carter says, wait, I went AFK for a few minutes. Did you already beat the game? Yeah. What, you didn't notice it ramping up to that conclusion?
Yeah, you didn't notice, like, the stakes escalating? You didn't notice, like, you know, how they masterfully crafted that narrative for maximum immersion and tension?
Yeah.
This hard mode is hard. You know, this hard mode is tough.
Not like I was in the middle of saying, like, oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't have to do with, technically, with Battle Los Angeles, but I do remember on TV, definitely on TV, we definitely didn't rent this. I saw the first 5 minutes of the Asylum picture Battle for Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, there was that. They did think this movie was going to be something, and so just like preemptively, like, you know, well, we got to do our ripoff. We got to do our mockbuster version of it.
Yeah, though, you know, I got to say those first 5 minutes have more ideas than the actual film did, because the first 5 minutes include Kel Mitchell as a World War II fighter pilot coming through a time portal in a modern-day Los Angeles being invaded by aliens. I don't know why that happened, because like I said, I only saw the first 5 minutes, but...
Well, what more do you need to see?
I mean, true. It's probably going to be Nazis or some other reason why it happened. I think that's like most of their movies.
Give me some cover!
I did see all of their film Titanic too, which I thought was going to be much funnier based on the premise, but unfortunately, it does just crash into an iceberg again.
You know, I think I'm done with this game. I think I'm done getting killed in the first level by explosions.
But the double physics, like, actually, man.
I think that's really it for Battle Los Angeles. I mean, you can bang your head against it 2 more times if you so choose. By the way, there's no cloud save for this, so I've beaten this game on, like, easy, normal, and hard, and just lost that progress. Just watched it, like, fade away like tears in the rain.
Yeah. I like how the bio for Michelle Rodriguez's character said that she couldn't have known what would come next after joining the military, referring to this. Imagine if one of the bios said, like, and he actually also knew this was going to happen.
He actually called this shit from a mile away. He knew exactly that the aliens... He knew they're going to be based on mushrooms, too. He just
That's
really,
right, Staff Sergeant. I'm actually a member of Watch.
I'm an embedded agent for Watch. Yeah, I'm just going to close out of that. I think that's good enough. I think that's fine. I think that shows the game off. I think a tight hour is as much as this hour-long game deserves, probably. Easy breezy. I told you. I promised you it'd be easy breezy today. Not even I remembered how easy breezy was going to be. So closing thoughts. Finishing thoughts on that. Finishing touches here on the stream. Read the article. badgamehalloffame.com/battle-los-angeles for full critical thoughts on that. And as for right now, as for revisiting this game, I think what I like about it, why this game, which is almost designed to be completely forgettable, it is almost by design so brief as to be immediately forgotten. But I think why it's failed to leave my brain is people talk a lot about fake video games, video games that look like they were made for like a throwaway, like a cutaway scene in a movie or TV show. And I feel like this game absolutely lives up to that. It fully embodies that descriptor. It has all the artifice of a real game. It has all the set pieces, not necessarily the most spectacular ones, but it from a surface level, if to the untrained eye, if you were to show your mom, like, 5 minutes cutting back and forth between Modern Warfare and this, they'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference. I mean, they could tell maybe one game is the other, but, like someone who is just completely oblivious. So I guess they were just hoping to pick people, hoping to sell this to people who had whatever fleeting interest in the movie, recognizable actors, like the classic, like, impulse buy where it's like, oh, I remember that movie. Unfortunately, they chose a movie that absolutely no one would ever remember, which I think is just a fundamental failing. That, if this was any other movie, if the movie had been more successful, maybe it would have led to a more produced, polished game. But I guess what strikes me is that clearly Saber knew what they were doing and knew what the scope of this thing was and knew, like, not to put that much effort in, which I honestly think is a smart choice. Like, if you want to give them credit, you gave them credit for, like, this game kept the lights on for Saber while they were busy toiling away in the Master Chief mines. And there does need to be room for games of this budget on a major studio scale, outside of just like indie games that would probably be made for this kind of budget and look a million times better and play a million times better, be a million times more inspired. But we're putting that to the side. This is like the classic AA, single A game. It exists in that range. It's like a throwback, almost, to like the early 2000s, straight to like the Doom 3 looking fucking up close textures and whatnot. But that's a whole other thing. So I think it's just that and like how bad the gunplay is, which I barely even got into. But like to be clear, that gunplay is like exceptionally awful. That just guns should not feel that way. The 3 guns they have in this game, 2 of them are actual like guns. One of them's a rocket launcher, but like both those guns feeling as bad as they do is like criminally bad. But it's almost charming. It's almost quaint. It almost is like this game deserves those kind of gun physics, the kind of gunplay. So I don't know. I kind of miss when something like this could come out. we absolutely don't get anything like this anymore. We don't get movie tie-ins anymore. When we do, there's like shitty mobile games. They're just like, you know, like the most like surface level copycat of other games. And I guess this is technically a copycat too. They're clearly trying to ape Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. Aliens aside, you know, being the unique hook that it is. I don't know. There's just something about it. I guess that at the end of the day, all said and done, there is just something about it. And people are mentioning the Battleship movie with Rihanna in it, which also had a first-person shooter tie-in. People forget this game existed, but there is a Battleship game that is very similar to this. It is a first-person shooter.
From what I remember.
Yeah, you do get to do like classic Battleship, like classic, you know, like the top-down, the grid thing to some extent, but it is mostly just like bad first-person shooting along these lines. But I don't know. Sometimes like a weird little brief game like this can just lodge its way in my brain, and that's the curse of running a bad game Hall of Fame and seeking the stuff out. I suppose is that I end up having weird affection for games that absolutely do nothing to deserve it. I mean, like, you know, realistically, this game is for $10 or $15 ripoff. I for an hour, like I don't usually go for the cost to value, the cost to dollar or the time to value ratio. The one where people say like, you know, like a $60 game should run you this many hours approximately. Like, when people go for that, I don't go for that. But even then, even saying that, I would say that $15 for this, outrageous. Unforgivable, even. And yet, I paid for it, and I don't regret it. But I am also, like, a very particular breed of sicko, I feel, so I obviously cannot speak for anyone else. I certainly wouldn't speak for you. What is your takeaway, Sid?
You know, it's funny, like, I feel like Battle Los Angeles as a movie, one, like, I feel like we kind of skipped over this. Awful title for any piece of media.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
What the hell is that as a title? It doesn't, that's like an idea, kind of. But, like, even that on its own doesn't tell you much. It doesn't tell you there's aliens or anything, or that it has any point. I mean, I guess it fits, ultimately, again. But if there was, like, a mission in, I don't know, like I guess it wouldn't technically be zombies in Call of Duty, but, you know, if they had one of those wacky side modes in Call of Duty as the mission, oh, you're fighting aliens that are mushroom people full of water in Los Angeles, like, then I think it would be like, people would be like, oh, that was like a neat gimmick, I guess, but like, it wasn't enough to carry a movie. But even then, if they had made a game out of the whole movie, I could see that working to some extent, but they only made. I think like this could be put onto another movie, honestly. Like, just change a couple of textures and like you could put this into a different movie where they fight Los Angeles. Actually, you could even separate from Los Angeles. I mean, were there really any
important landmarks? No, we weren't necessarily like, you know, duking out on the Golden Gate Bridge or anything. It was just generic city. Maybe there were like some things in like the skyline if you looked hard enough. Like, you can recognize like a couple buildings, but I somehow doubt that.
Yeah, so it's really like a weird, like, Battle of Los Angeles felt like as generic as like a movie could be. But then as generic as a video game can go way further than that. Like the depths of like what it takes to be generic as a movie versus a video game, like, I guess it's technically equivalent in the field of video games to movies, but it really is pretty dire, just like how unidentifiable it is.
Just how
it doesn't
utterly
even have lots of accurate
interchangeable.
military dialogue. It doesn't even have a lot of the thing that I didn't like about the movie that I remembered for being generic. They don't even have much of that.
Yeah, no, it's very
utilitarian.
utilitarian.
We need to evac those on those helos and shit like that.
Shoot the gun, Martinez.
And, you know, like after seeing that movie, I would want to play a video game where it's like, load it with the fully automatic bullets. They make the gunfire fully automatic when you put these bullets in it.
Yeah,
like,
I prefer
that's how I felt about it after that.
I prefer real military simulation hardcore stuff, like like someone yelling at you to protect the burger town. That's the kind of military dialogue I go for. That's the kind of, like, just grunts talking to grunts, real operator discussion lingo like that. That was Battle Los Angeles. That's really, I think this is the shortest stream we've ever done.
Yeah, that was everything about Battle Los Angeles.
Everything that isn't covered in the article, anyway. That is,
right.
Or anything that, I guess this was covered in the article. I guess I covered all.
Everything about playing Battle Los Angeles.
That's all you need to see of Battle Los Angeles. That's all there is to see in Battle Los Angeles, unless you really want to unlock those cheats, I guess. Unless you're really so compelled to do that. But you can't, because you can't even buy the game anymore. So, haha, joke's on you. And I'll never do it. I think this is probably the last time I ever have to play this. I can't imagine, like, bringing this back on stream again or doing a follow-up to this. I don't know what I would do for that. So we'll just end it there. That is Battle Los Angeles. Thank you, Aaron Eckhart. Thank you, Michelle Rodriguez. Thank you, Saber Interactive in Live Action Studios for tonight's stream. Again, a short one sort of thrown together, but we do hope you enjoyed it, irregardless. And if you did, consider financially supporting the show by pledging on Patreon, subscribing here on Twitch, boosting us on the Discord server. If you do any three of those three things, or some combination thereof, you will gain access on our Discord server. Please hit with a link to the Discord server, Sid, and access to a Patreon Saints channel specifically, wherein you can vote for games that we will play on the stream. The poll results are in for our last poll. The next long-form program will be Misadventures in Microcomputing, which means I need to produce that segment now. I need to produce all the graphics and plot out what that looks like. But it is the winner. It did beat out Your Rose a Day. Your Rose a Day will have to wait. Net Your Rose will have its time on the stream, but not quite yet. There was close, though. It was closer than a lot of our polls. A lot more participation than some previous polls. So clearly there was excitement for both ideas. So we do promise we will get to that later idea. But if you can't financially support the show, if you weren't able to vote in that and aren't able to vote in that because you can't afford to, we get that. Believe you me, we get that. All too well. Just consider maybe sharing the show with folk. Consider going to our YouTube channel, to our VOD archives, and maybe pulling a video from our suggested viewing playlist. That's a playlist filled with videos that we like as, sort of examples of the channel that make good onboarding for new viewers. Or maybe you have a Battle Los Angeles fan in your life. Maybe you know someone who's just die hard for that movie. Maybe you know someone who has a life-sized, statue of Aaron Eckhart in their house. And every morning they slam the Battle Los Angeles VHS into their TV and watch it. Maybe this is the perfect stream for them. Maybe this is the perfect video for them, if you happen to know that person. If you know that person, I would like to know them too. If you are that person watching this right now, please reach out to me. I need to know why you made the decisions you made in your life and what movies you've seen.
They made more, actually. You might not have seen Battle Los Angeles, but they made more movies.
Did they?
Humanity. So, if you like that movie, you're in for a treat.
But we peaked, though, with this. Anyway, let's see who's streaming at this time. Let's see who we know that is playing games. Maybe, someone mentioned Oboe Shoes Gaming earlier, if I recall correctly. They are playing Starfield right now. Talk about bad games. So that seems like some perfect synergy. So they played this game, if I'm to understand correctly, this Battle Los Angeles, and now they're playing Starfield. So if you appreciate their takes on bad games, the likes of Battle Los Angeles, and maybe you'll appreciate their takes on on Starfield as well. I haven't played Starfield. Have you played Starfield? I don't think I'm ever going to play Starfield. I think I'm done. I think I've fallen off of that completely. Anyway, that will do it for us here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. That will do it for me, Corporal Cassidy.
And Staff Sergeant Sid.
Very good. You found it. I'm impressed. You had that ready to go. We will return. I'm not sure what this Saturday looks like. I'm not sure if all the complete disarray, if all the things that have modified our schedule to this point, that have thrown our plans into disarray, are going to continue into Saturday. Time will tell. we were supposed to have a big debut today, this Thursday. We're supposed to debut a new playthrough and some new stuff to go along with it, but we're hoping that gets pushed back just to next week. Hopefully we can get to that sooner. Hopefully we can launch that this coming Thursday. So please to eagerly anticipate that, if you don't mind, dear viewers. It's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be a big one. I promise you don't want to miss it. Bye!
Bye.